tonight, the search for a family decades in the making comes down to a single strand of shared DNA. And on a whim, a man here in Greenville decided to take a DNA testing kit a year ago.
Quite a result, as 7 News reporter Stephanie Bornman exclusively shares with us. This man discovered more than just his European heritage.
2 men in 2 different countries, one here in Greenville, South Carolina, the other in Nancy, France, took the same DNA test. A quick cheek swab mailed off to a lab owned by MyHeritage promised results in a few weeks, but neither planned for the remarkable discovery that would grow their family tree.
He is so happy to know that he has a brother.
It was this email from MyHeritage DNA kits that changed Alan Henderson's life.
But, oh, a brother. I have a brother.
For Alan, it was the surprise of a lifetime. For Andre, it was the search of a lifetime.
He had no idea, that we were here. And of course, I wasn't really looking for him because I had no idea that he was there.
Alan says he began to piece together how it could be he had a brother in Nancy, France that he didn't know about.
So then it just started. Well, my dad was in World War II. He was part of the D-Day invasion, and in June of '44 he got to France. So I started thinking, well, that's kind of possible that could have happened.
Alan says his father Bill met Andre's mom Irene while overseas. At the time, Irene was part of the French resistance. As the story goes, Irene never told Bill she was pregnant, so he returned home and started a family, never knowing of Andre. For decades, Andre combed through the little details his mother told him of his father.
He didn't even know his father's name.
For nearly 72 years, Andre's search for the American soldier came up empty.
He prayed all of his life that he would find his family. His son, Alexandra, who is an attorney, and Nancy would take their granddaughter to the coast every year since she's been born. She's 5, and look out across the ocean, and he would say, somewhere over the ocean in America, we have a family that loves us, and we'll pray for them.
That was until the men, at the suggestion of family, decided to take the same DNA test by the same company that would flag the system as a match.
It was like a needle in a haystack.
Since then, the families have started catching up on decades of stories and lifetimes of memories.
Et moi je suis content. Salut!
Always with a translator nearby. And these brothers have discovered there's more than DNA that connects them to one another.
We both wear plaid shirts. We even have the same cat. They have a tuxedo, black tuxedo cat, and so do we. I mean, it's kind of hilarious how many similarities there are, even though they're, of course, in France.
Such an incredible story.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So Alan was telling me that his father unfortunately passed away in 1997, still never getting the chance to meet Andre. And they both do have a sister who is just so thrilled about her new brother in France. And
this is amazing.
Even cooler, MyHeritage is hoping to plan a trip for Alan to go meet Andre in France.
So Alan takes the test, right?
Yes.
He does the swab. He sends it into MyHeritage. And then it just by happenstance that his brother had taken the same test?
The same test, same company. Yep.
That's just pure dumb luck. It's amazing.
I mean, this is like winning the lottery. 1 in a million.
It is. Well, finding a family even better than the lottery.
Absolutely.
All right, Stephanie,
yes.
thank you so much.
Thank
wow,
you.
what a story.
I think Alan might even say it's a little divine intervention there. Well,